world rankings. He's fighting for another shot at the world title. He's also fighting for his whānau and breast cancer awareness. David Tua will be wearing pink emblems and insignia on his trunks in honour of his mother Noella Tua, who's been diagnosed with breast cancer, and also his wife's sister Vania Savila Setaini, who also has cancer. Nō reira kia whakawhiti atu I nai nei ki te wāhi, te tua papa meke kia tutu ai te pue huki wainganui ia David Tua, rāua ko Monte Barrett, kia Colonel Bob Sheridan te karanga.
He told me this is for real. I think win, lose, or draw, he's done.
Jean-Jacques Mormac.
Jean-Jacques Mormac, former champion, being introduced. And here comes David Tua from Auckland, New Zealand, South Auckland, New Zealand to be exact. Now there's talk about you fighting David Tua if David Tua wins, so you must have split emotions about this. I mean, you're a professional. You want to fight this guy in Australia.
Absolutely. You know, listen, my promoter, Joe DeGuardi, if he could work out, that'd be great. You know, and I would love to go down to Australia and to fight David. It's a great opportunity for me, and we'll see what happens.
Vinny, you don't want to fight David Tua in Atlantic City. He's 13-0, and he's got 12 wins by knockout. So for some reason, he loves the water here in Atlantic City.
By the way, Monte Barrett's also undefeated in Atlantic City, so the O will go tonight. It's not likely we're going to have a draw in this one. By the way, David is dedicating this fight to his mother, Noella, who's a breast cancer survivor, and he wants to bring the awareness of the Cancer Society of New Zealand. And Robina's sister, Vania, is also suffering from cancer, and we wish her Godspeed and hope she'll be all right as we take a look at the tail of the tape. David Tua will be 5 inches shorter, as he is most of the time. He's going to be about 12 pounds heavier, but right on target. This was the same weight he was for his last fight. He's 37 years of age against the 39-year-old, so a couple of years younger, and he's giving away 8 inches in reach to Monte Barrett. Let's go up to Joe Antonacci now for our official introductions and get this big one underway.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joe DeGuardia's Star Boxing and Gotham Boxing present our main event of the evening. Our main event is sponsored by Salvatore Ferragamo, Palm Restaurant, 250 West 50th Street in New York City. CMA Recycling, the leading New Zealand-based recycling company, and of course, by Hustler New York, the premier gentlemen's club of New York City. Boxing fans, our main event, 12 rounds of action for the WBO Asia Pacific and WBO Oriental Heavyweight Championship. Our WBO supervisor at ringside is Dr. William Lathan. Our judges overseeing this bout, Joe Pasquale, Shafiq Fershada, and Louis Rivera. And our referee, Randy Newman. Introducing first in the blue corner, he comes to us tonight from Queens in New York City. He weighed in at 225 pounds. He wears solid black trunks. Professional record, 34 victories, 9 defeats, 20 big knockouts. Please welcome Monte Two Guns Barrett. And his opponent fighting out of the red corner. Originally from Samoa, he now fights out of South Auckland, New Zealand. He weighed in at 237.5 pounds, black trunks, professional record 51 victories, only 3 defeats and 1 draw with 43 big knockouts. Please welcome former title challenger and now top-ranked heavyweight contender, the Tua-Manator, David Tua. Our referee, Randy Newman, has our fighters' final instructions.
Gentlemen, both familiar with the rules of the state as have been thoroughly gone over. I want you to remember 2 things. Number 1, obey my commands, but most importantly, defend yourselves at all times. Now shake hands and come out of the bell.
This has all the flair of the heavyweight championship fight, and it is for the WBO Asia Pacific and WBO Oriental Heavyweight Championship. David Tua, decked out in black. There's David. and Monte Barrett also in black trunks. David, the short, stocky guy. It looks beefy around the middle, but I assure you he's in great condition. At 37 years of age, he's the same age as 2 out of the 3 heavyweight champions. And here we go. Round number 1 dedicated to Noella Tua. And let's see how David does here. Monte's a good boxer. He's boxed with some of the very best guys in the heavyweight division. Of his 9 losses, 6 of them have been in heavyweight championship fights. Of David's 3 losses, 1 has been in a heavyweight championship fight. So 8 heavyweight, 6, 7, 8 heavyweight championship fights between the 2. And David, of course, the big prize if he can stop Monte in this one. Monte has come in great shape. We're going to ask Vinny Mantaloni to stay with us now, and we'll bring him in from time to time. David goes to the left hook. It just whistles past the chin that time.
And that is the famous left hook by David Tua you'd expect. Again, 29 of his 51 wins without going to the 4th round. Only Mike Tyson has more first-round knockdowns than David Tua. So wicked, wicked power that we know about David Tua. Now, what we've seen against Friday night, we saw a guy also that can box, did a good job of doing that, and he's in great physical shape.
The difference between Friday Ahunanya and Monte Barrett is Monte will engage. Friday, I think, wanted to survive and get by, but Monte knows how to box. He's a very smart guy in the ring. This guy, prior to his losses, he had 3 straight KO wins, all inside of 2 rounds, including a first-round knockout win with Big Ty Fields, a guy about 6'7". So, you know, from a guy that turned pro in 1996, he's had some career. He can be dangerous at times, but David Tua, you can't stop him. Look at that neck on him. There's the left hook. Monte walked away and looked down that time. The difference in the fight that he lost to Chris Burt is Monte's not quite as good a boxer, not quite as slick as Chris Burt. So, you know, he's doing a nice job boxing and holding David up, but he better not let David get in that kill zone or this will be short.
Monte's key is his balance. You got to look at his legs. You know, right now he's doing a good job moving. You know, that's when you're going to see the telltale sign, his movement and his leg work.
Jim Mathra, Maori TV, we don't want you to go anyplace because this could be quick or it could be a few rounds. I know you're a great boxing fan, so you enjoy this in New Zealand on a nice Sunday afternoon down there in the crisp weather. I'm looking forward to getting out of this 100-degree temperature when I visit Georgie Calvin next week at the Glass Company. Get down there, it's below 0, you know, Benny.
All right, get out, don't punch.
And David right now, too, if you look at him right now, he's trying to be patient. He's trying to not to be overly aggressive to go ahead and throw that left, kind of setting it up. And, of course, Monte Barrett, Vinny talked about his balance. That's what he's doing really good right now.
Excellent. He's doing a nice job of boxing David. But David's a guy where one punch can change it in a hurry if he catches Monte. Monte's doing exactly what he has to do. Work from the outside. Don't get caught. And Vinny, in training, did you try to smother him in training?
Absolutely. I try to emulate David's style, putting pressure, which is similar to mine. And that's exactly what I did.
Of course, his dad, Tuivali.
Vinny, how would you score that first round?
No, I would go with David. Both of you, like you guys said, definitely David's putting the pressure on him. You know, and like we talked before about the judges, pressure is definitely, judges look at that, and that's what David's doing.
All right, here we go. Round number 2 at the Tropicana Resort and Casino here in Atlantic City, New Jersey. David Tua to the right of your screen, and he's wearing that pink on the trunks, and you see him. The heads came together there, and Randy Newman says, "Let's go, come on." He headbutted me. You can't worry about that, Monte. You got to keep fighting with this guy. That could happen because David comes down and makes himself smaller, then comes up with a left hook. So you got to look out for that. Monte get hit with a left hook, and he backs him off.
And, you know, he got hit with that when that head came in, too. So that was the left hand with that headbutt by David Tua.
All right, so Tua sets up in front of Monte, tries to hold him off with the jab. David knows now that he can land the left hook, and all he has to do is bend at the waist and come to the body. No real body shots by David. As I say that, he gives a half-hearted right-hand body shot. And David's trying to throw more. There's the left hook again, and another left hook that puts Monte up against the rope. And he's hit him and hurt him a little bit. Let's see if Monte can battle off the rope. David nails him with the right hand. Monte has chosen to battle with him, and it could be a mistake.
Absolutely, because he's closed the distance now. Tua is right now in that kill zone where he can do a lot of damage. Right, Vinny?
Absolutely. That's where Monte does not want to be, and David looks like he's landing a left hook. It's coming in.
All right, David comes in again to see if he can stock. There's plenty of time remaining. More than half the round to go. David comes in. He's not huffing and puffing at all, and he expended a lot of energy. Monte throws a haphazard jab, which is not good. Uses the forearms to push him off. You got to step into that jab, Monte, and David will come right through it and blast you. Wild with the right hand is David. That one sails past the chin of Monte Barrett. But Monte has come to engage with David. If he's going to go out, he's going out on his shield.
Well, he played that song My Way when he came into the ring, and that's exactly the theme of this particular fight, is My Way on the part of Monte Barrett.
He just popped David with a decent right hand, but you got to hit David with more than a decent right hand if you're going to put him back in his tracks, because this guy is so powerful in his neck and shoulders that he can absorb a pretty good shot. Monte has 20 knockouts, by the way. They call him Two Guns because he's got, powerful arms and pretty powerful punches.
Boy, when he took out Ty Fields, again, this guy's 6'9", 275, went down 57 seconds against Monte Barrett.
David Tua in a relaxed zone right now. He's not pushing. He's not going crazy for the knockout. He's trying to set Monte up so he can land the big left hook, and he'll throw some right hands. If Monte continues to drop his left hand, David will go with the right hand lead. David just kind of plodding after him. That's the way he fights. Monte misses with the right hand. If he misses, David can counter with a left hook, especially if he misses hard with the right hand and is bent over at the waist. That's very dangerous for heavyweight, isn't it? Closing seconds now of round number 2. Pretty interesting second round. We thought that Monte was in a heap of trouble, and he got out of it as the bell ends round 2.
And it looks like he was holding on, but then Monte fires back.
Yeah, he kept his head right there.
Yep.
Seeing those punches coming, doing a good job of slipping it. You see it in that corner, Roger Bloodworth practically jumping in the ring right there with David.
Coming up to round number 3 in Atlantic City.
Clean up the water.
The Colonel Bob Sheridan here, along with Benny Ricardo. Vinny Matalone is sitting in with us. Our principals, David Tua, with the pink trim, dedicating this fight to his mother suffering from cancer, and his wife's sister as well. David might have hurt him with that first shot. As Monte walks back on his heel, David caught him on the chin again. Monte tries to come with uppercuts. David comes through him and grabs on him for one of the few times in the fight.
Barrett doing a good job of keeping that right hand up, trying to defend against that left hook.
David catches him with a left hook. But, when you get your hands out in an awkward style and get a little squared up, David will blast you in the body. And Monte doesn't want to feel his left hand shot underneath that right elbow either.
And Bob, like you said, Monte's that left hand's low. I think David come up with the right hand.
Yeah, and he's throwing his right hand more now in his recent fights. Even though he didn't take Hunanya out, the 12 rounds of work he got in that fight are very, very good for him at this stage. And now they get tied up for one of the few times in the fight, and referee Randy Newman does his job. Monte's huffing and puffing a bit, and I know he's in great shape because when he got hit with that left hook in the last round, his knees buckled, but he didn't go down, and then he fired back. Misses with the right hand as David just slips the punch. Good stuff.
Vinny, how long has Monte been in training for this fight?
He had a lot of time to prepare. I think he was 7-week camp he was in.
Oh, big left hand. Monte battles back again. David caught him with a body shot, and Monte seems to get a kind of an adrenaline flow when he gets tagged by this guy. Remember, he claims this is his last fight. He came in with a bang. He wants to go out with a bang. What a major upset it would be in the world of boxing if he could defeat David Tua. And he's got a lot of fans down here from the Queens in New York where he's very popular. Now he gets off first as David starts looking like he's huffing and puffing a little bit because his work rate has been high with 58 seconds to go here in round number 3. And long way to go. 12 rounds. Go ahead, man.
One of the realities about Monte Barrett is that you never know what you're going to get. That lack of conviction sometimes. And he's honest about that. He discussed that with us before the fight. So you wonder how much he's going to put into it. And again, that's a big question. But again, he's up against a big banger. So Vinny, he's got to bring it.
Absolutely. And and you can see it right now. He's showing the heart right now of a true warrior. He got hit with some big shots, and he's still right in there, and he's firing back.
Yeah, he's not here to get a payday. He's here to fight because he had the opportunity in the second round. If he wanted to collect his payday, he could have bowed up very gracefully right then, but he battled back. David Tua now has that look of determination in his fight. Reminds me a bit of Ernie Shavers and Larry Holmes in the old days. They start moving that head back and forth. That's their adrenaline flow. But we're in the closing seconds now, round number 3. Monte doing a decent job jabbing. I don't know if David's done enough to win this 3rd round. Monte might get that as the bell ends round 3.
Yeah, I'm giving that one to Monte. You go, Vinny, right there. You see right there, David trying to close that gap, but then right there, Monte Barrett doing a good job of throwing shots, keeping him at bay.
That's it. You know, he's the distance. David's coming in, but he's making a distance.
All right, round 4 coming up. The showroom at the Tropicana Resort and Casino in Atlantic City. David Tua to the right of your screen. Monte Barrett. Solid black trunks, a little bit of white trim. David's got that pink trim on his trunks. There's the right hand that buckled the knees again of Monte Barrett. That time it was the right hand.
Right, you're tied.
Referee says work your way out. Was Monte hurt? Can't tell. It might be a little bit heavy in the thighs now. Trying to get his legs back. He's jamming, gets hit with another right hand, and that one spun him. Right hand again. That's the 3rd right hand. The left hook, and Monte has to hang on. David turning it up a notch here in 4, and he had to because Monte had a good 3rd round.
Well, Vinny pointed out the fact that Monte Barrett was dropping that left hand, keeping the right arm to go ahead and fend off that left hook, but definitely dropping that left. And now Tua coming with that right.
Yep, absolutely. I think David seen that, and he picked up on it, and he capitalized on it.
So Monte comes in, and he better throw when he enters that kill zone because David's sneaking into it right now. David sneaks up on you. There he is. Monte fires the shot and catches a bit of David Tua. But David will sneak up on you if you don't pump that jab in his face. And Monte's soft with his jab right now because he's squared up a bit. And David's coming right through it. Now he gets himself some room. Back to the jab. Big left hook that time. And another left hook by David Tua. Monte shifts from his left back to his right. But it looks heavy in the thighs again. David gets him up against the ropes. And Barrett leans way back and ties up David and walks him back on his heels.
Well, I'd like to see that right now, Tua, to attack the body of a 39-year-old Monte Barrett. He's found the hand, but I think if he goes down low and then works his way up, that's going to be the formula.
The big thing for David, though, is he may have realized that he lost the 3rd round and he turned it up a big notch. There's no question Tua's winning the 4th round. And he didn't want Monte to sneak back into this fight. He's in it with 3 good right hands. And Monte's punches don't seem to have the zip because the steam has been taken out of him by David Tua as the shots downstairs. So, Benny, he's trying to do what you said, but he really didn't execute it perfectly that time.
Right now, how do you see him right now, though, Vinny? I'm talking about your buddy Monte Barrett.
Yeah, you know, David's just walking in. There's no jab, there's nothing. It looks like David's having his way with him, and I think it's gonna be over.
Now we'll see if David can finish him off. 40 seconds to go in the 4th round. Monte Barrett is a game guy. He's a proud guy. He's a nice guy. He's had a wonderful professional career. And David nails him, crunches a left hook. Monte's ready to go. He crunched the left hook to the upper right cheekbone of Monte Barrett. Monte coming in without throwing punches. That's suicide against David Tua.
Yeah, if you get into kill zone with David Tua, you better throw. You better throw.
Monte knows what he's doing now. He's got his head clear again. He grabs him and walks him back, kind of like Francois Bowler against Mike Tyson. Monte will probably survive this round now. We're in the closing seconds of the 4th. Big round for Tua. Wow, how about this for action?
He's got to throw something behind those punches. That jab, it looks like there's nothing behind those punches, and David's just walking through them.
They say Mr. Lorick right there urging him to go ahead and throw combinations on the part of Monte Barrett.
And across the way with Roger Bloodworth, one of the best. All right, here we go, round 5. This has got mighty exciting. David Tua doesn't want to let this fight get turned around anymore. Monte Barrett had a good 3rd round after Tua scored pretty well in the 1st and 2nd. Had him in just a bit of trouble in the 2nd round and a lot of trouble in the 4th round. And now Monte is in survival mode, but you know, he doesn't look good to me right now. He looks very loose in the knees. He looks very heavy in the thighs to me. He's not holding David off with a jab. Without that, he's going to get hit.
And not only that, but in his corner, they were asking him to throw combinations. He doesn't look like he's fit enough to throw combinations.
He's in as good a shape as a 39-year-old guy with his ability can be. There's a looping right hand, but you know, Benny, he's getting hit with maybe so far 10 powerful shots, and that takes away. And it takes away from your mobility and your ability to throw the good powerful hands. Benny, you know that as a fighter.
Absolutely. And you know what, too, now I think Monte's so game for this right now. He's going to take the shots. He's going to stay in there. You know, he's not a guy who's going to go down. You know, it's going to be in a couple of rounds. It's got to be maybe the corner's decision to stop this if he's so far behind.
And remember a couple of things for you sports fans around the world. This is the best puncher and the best fighter that David's fought in his comeback. This is a very, very good, better than journeyman heavyweight fighter that's fought for the title on 6 or 7 different occasions.
Yeah, he's fought against Nikolai Vailua, Hasim Rockman, Tim Weatherspoon, all the names right there. Alexander Ustinov, Orlando Ortiz, David Hay, Ty Fields, all those big heavyweights.
David has fought a couple of heavyweight champions, and one of them was John Ruiz, and he knocked him out in the first round.
And then Michael Moore also in 30 seconds.
Michael Moore, another heavyweight champion, knocked him out right here in Atlantic City. This is round 5. Monte trying to sneak back into this fight. But David has the power, and Monte's got to be careful because this guy is lethal. And that's why they love him in the United States. We don't have an American heavyweight other than Vinny Manaloni. With all due respect, Vinny, a top 10 heavyweight, because the Germans and Eastern Europeans are controlling the heavyweight division right now. So, you know, David Tua is very popular in the United States. If you go to Australia, you can change that in a hurry.
Absolutely. You know, he's a fan crowd-pleasing fighter. You know, and that's what people want to see. They want to see guys coming at people and throwing punches.
And David's a great guy, on top of being a crowd-pleasing fighter, as is Monte.
And you know, in the Oceanside area in San Diego where I live, the Samoan population there, they absolutely adore David Tua.
Same thing in Las Vegas, in my town. This is round 5. David taking a little bit more command, but it's late in the round right now. I don't know if Monte's done quite enough, because this is professional boxing. It's a hurt business, and he hasn't hurt David at all. We're in the closing seconds of the 5th round. David sort of taking this round off. He didn't come explosively.
Fight. You hear me? You want to win this fight. We don't want to go out on this guy getting a decision. You the man. Let's go get him now. You hear me? You want a victory. We don't want to just satisfy with a damn decision. Uppercuts are landing. Let's go. Start working this kid.
That's Gary Stark, Sr. That's giving directions to Monte right now.
Now it's time to take this fight over. Let's go, baby. Keep your hands up.
David looking cool, and you heard Gary Stark juicing up Monte Barrett. Here we go, round 6 in Atlantic City. David Tua, Monte Barrett, Bob Sheridan, Vinny Manalone, and Benny Ricardo. How about the mental aspect of this, Vinny, at this stage?
Yeah, you know, that's plays the biggest part on you right now. Monte's, you could see it in the corner of his face. You know, like you said, David looked focused. Monte's really wasn't there in the corner. He wasn't talking back to his trainer. He's just, right now, it's the mental aspect. He's got to push through right now, Monte.
Interesting that he said, you know, spar like you did with Vinny Manalone. Keep throwing punches, and they're urging him to throw uppercuts, and that's something he's not doing.
That's it. You know, it's just he's perfect for the uppercut. That's what Monte's hasn't today. It's one right there, but he just missed. But that was like maybe 1 or 2 that he thrown. He's got to throw out that punch in his repertoire.
See, the difference is David's punches, when he lands, are hitting with tremendous, thundering, booming power. Monte is tap, 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 shoe shine punches now with the jab. That's not going to hurt David Tua. It certainly isn't going to stop him. So Monte, you know, you talk about the mental aspect. He looks like he's almost in survival mode, that he doesn't want to get stopped in this fight, as opposed to, you know, really going out there and winning. And his punches don't have a lot of zip to them. And the reason for that is because he just got blasted to the body that time, and it was in the kidneys. He didn't mean to do it, but Monte turned his back and he got hit there. Those punches, you can attest to it, hurt.
You know, this is almost like Friday Ahunai fought David Tua also. In survival mode, really not giving him much of a chance. And David has learned to win those kind of fights.
Well, David came out of House of Fire on the 4th and got a cruise for the 5th, and I gave Vinny, I gave Monte the 5th round. If the judges do that, there's only a point separating him. So David had better win this round if he wants to continue to keep the fight going his way. If Monte wins this round and it's dead even after 6, who knows with the wilting factor of the 2 aged fighters.
Absolutely. Bobby said it. He's got to get his work rate up, David. He's not throwing enough punches. Monte's sticking the jab out, but it's not too much behind it, but he's throwing them, and the judges are seeing that.
David relies on the thundering punches with both hands, mostly his left hook, but he's got, if he wants to take this round, and there's only 37 seconds to go, Monte may have outboxed him in this round too, and that would be 2 in a row for Monte. Monte hits the looping right hand. He's doing enough to win this round, I think.
And I've got right now, the way I've got it scored, I got 2 by 1 point.
And so if Monte wins this round, he wins, he evens it right up, if we're accurate.
David's still stalking him. Let's see if he can come in with that right hand. The right hand has been in there.
Roger knows exactly how to handle David. He's not fiery with him, and you can't be that way with David. You got to handle him with kid gloves. But I got the fight dead even after 6 rounds. I thought Monte was busy enough in the last round to even this thing up. Who wants it the most? There's so much money on the line here. Coming up the 7th round. Round 7 underway here at the Tropicana Resort Casino in Atlantic City. David Tua, Monte Barrett in the ring. I'm the Colonel Bob Sherman with Benny Ricardo, and Vinny Matalone is sitting along with us, the heavyweight contender who wants to go to Australia to fight the winner of this fight.
Well, Colonel, one of the things that Roger Bloodworth said there was, son, this is not a sparring session. And I think that hits it right on the button. David Tua has to step it up now.
But actually, Monte has stepped it up. He's doing a nice job with his jab, double jabbing, double jabbing. David, if he wants to turn this around, he really can't box with this guy. He's got to do what he does, and that's blast some shots. But, Vinny, as you said in the last round, David's not busy enough.
No, not at all. And you know what, too? A lot of people don't know about Monte is that he gets stronger as the fight goes on. And then I'm looking at his legs. He looks pretty good. He's got good movement. It's just David's not doing anything.
He's not doing enough.
Yeah, and Roger Bloodworth urging him to walk him into the ropes and do your damage there. Look, he's right there in the middle of the ring.
Well, right now, David Tua, unless he changes things around, is in danger of being outboxed by this guy. Because this isn't like Ahunanya. David won every single round in the Ahunanya fight. Monte's right in this fight.
Absolutely, he's right there.
We told you that Monte was a good fighter. We honestly didn't expect this. But he's really outboxing David, and he's doing it, and this is the 7th round. And maybe this is his best round of the fight.
100%. He looks great. His punches look crisp, and he's got great foot movement.
Up at his toes, slides around to the left. He tries to sucker David in, slides right back again. He won't let David get set up. He's boxing better now than at any time in the fight.
Well, he had that song, My Way, and he's doing it his way.
Sure is. David ducking away from shots, but again, he hasn't landed a big shot at all, and he's not boxing this guy. He's sparring with his left hand, looking to land a big right hand, and right now Monte's shifting left to right, right to left, and he's making David look bad. Yeah,
but right now, totally out of rhythm is David Tua, not able to set his base of power by which to throw the shots from. Look at the shoulder work on the part of Barrett. He's giving him left shoulder, right shoulder. They're never sitting in one spot in front of Tua.
David having difficulty getting through him right now. Monte's got the jab. It's not hard, but it's keeping David up. So David can't stop. That's 2 hard blows. But you know, that left hook was partially blocked on the gloves of Monte. Monte's a slick boxer.
Very slick, and he's giving it different angles, and he's switching up to southpaw, going back to a conventional style, so he's giving it different looks.
He was in that southpaw stance that time and caught David with the left hook coming in. There's only 10 seconds left in the 7th round. Monte Barrett has won the 7th round, and I got him ahead of my score sheet. Wow. The bell ends the 7th. Barrett unofficially ahead.
into a shell. You got it? You hear me? Monte, you gotta throw it after each other. A 1-2 hammer and a 1-2 hook hammer. You got it? 1-2 hammer, a 1-2 hook.
Monte looks very alert in the corner.
Clean up the water. All right, here we go with round number 8. Vinny was saying that Monte looked very alert in the corner.
Yeah, no, he's, like I said, the fight goes on and his foot moving like he's doing. He's looking pretty good right now.
All right, now David Tua has got to turn it up a notch, and he's got to get totally determined and fight like this is not a sparring session. He's got great work with his sparring partner, Israel Garcia, but Israel told me David, really was boxing well in the gym, but Israel is not at the level that Monte Barrett's at either. Now, it's different because, Vinny, you are at the level that Monte's at, so that's a different case for the sparring partner.
Yeah, like Roger Bloodworth has said, his trainer, it's not a sparring session. You're in a fight. This is what you trained for. So David's got to let everything go.
Almost a minute gone, and David hasn't won the first minute. Monte hasn't really either. But we're in the 8th round, and Barrett's ahead. David Tua has got to turn it up a notch if he's going to pull this thing out. There's so much at stake for David. Would he be back to square one if he loses this fight?
Well, I tell you what, there's not too many days out there for David Tua, so it's very important every single win. Now, in the corner right there, Lorik said 1-2 hammer, 1-2 hook hammer. Explain that, Vinny.
The 1-2 is the jab in the right hand. The hammer he's talking about is the overhand right hand. He's looking for that.
Now, Monte's doing a lot of, moving away, but he's engaging enough where he's landing enough blows to steal these rounds from David, because David's not landing anything.
Bobby, 100% right, and it just looks like Monte's keeping a jab out, pumping a jab in his face, and he's landing his punches.
Does this remind you of the Lennox Lewis fight?
No, different fight, because Lennox did a lot of laying on him, pushing him down. David gets so frustrated in that fight. I think David got hurt early in that fight by a punch, and he was a little bit more tentative. And then when he realized he was behind, Lennox, a very smart fighter, but had that jab in his face, would bend him down and throw shots. But David's just not busy enough. Vinny, you're right on the money here.
It's David's got to pick up the work rate. That's the bottom line.
What's the great thing about the heavyweight division is all of you folks know that are watching, one punch, especially from a puncher like David Tua, can change the course of a fight in a hurry. But David better not wait any longer. He better turn it up a notch, because he's having trouble tracking an excellent boxing heavyweight and this Monte Barrett down.
Now, he loaded up on that one.
That hurt him. That hurt Monte.
That hurt, exactly. You saw him flinch after that one, but that's just something that David is just not doing often enough.
There's a big shot. It was fairly low. That might have hurt Monte, too. His legs aren't right there right now for Monte, but we're out of time in the 8th round. Monte will have time to recover.
Monte grabbing him when David comes in. There's a saying that once you're letting the guy hold you, David shouldn't let him hold him. He should throw punches while he's inside.
Let me point out another thing to you viewers at home. If Monte Barrett wins the 9th round, David Tua is going to need a knockout to win, if we're accurate with our score. We're set to go to round number 9, and I would expect our score sheets are somewhere around where the judges are seeing this fight. But Monte has just been more active. He's landed more shots. And David, who had him in trouble in the second round and again in the 4th round when he landed big shots, his David trying to take him out.
But that's the thing. When you got the power, David, to it, it could end at any time.
Monte looks a little staggering in his legs right now and his knees again. David has got to keep the pressure on, and he's not doing that. He's trying to line up the shot, and Monte still has got enough. Now he's got it back in his legs. David's getting a little frustrated as well. David Tua to the left of your screen, Monte Barrett to the right. Third man in the ring, Randy Newman. It's Monte Barrett's back.
David is just following Monte around. He's not cutting the ring off, and I think that's that's a big part of it right now.
Yeah, instead of sliding side to side like that and stopping this guy from doing what he's doing, he's allowing Monte to outbox him. I mean, that's been David's style from day one. And he's been able to rely on the power of his shots, but he can't land the big shots. There's a body shot that time. He hurt Monte with that shot again. So Tua is, winning this round now with 2 heavy blows here. Halfway through the round, there's a lot of time. Monte's hands are coming down. That's dangerous for him. But David, where's the fire? He's got to attack.
And especially when Monte Barrett switches to a southpaw, because that always makes a fighter slower. When you switch to a southpaw, it slows you down.
And it makes you more vulnerable to be hit, and you lack power. But David didn't jump on him. He's looking to land the big blow. This isn't a street fight, folks. There's more to this. David is punishing the body right now in this round of Monte. He's felt some real good body blows. He's trying to get the hands down, and he's got the hands down. But David needs to land a big shot. Monte's hands are way, way down. David will lunge at him soon. He's concentrating downstairs better than I've ever seen David go to the body. He's frustrated that he couldn't hit him to the head, so he's bringing the hands down with body shots. 46 seconds ago in this round. This is a very good round for David Tua.
And sometimes when a fighter ages, what the body wants to do and what the mind tells it to do, sometimes it's not connected. And that's what I'm starting to see. Because you see David Tua, and he wants to fire, but he's not doing it.
He's thinking too, Benny, and you're absolutely right. You know as a professional athlete yourself, but there's still plenty of zip in those body punches of David Tua. And more important for David in the course of the scoring of this fight is he's won this 9th round. And he's back into the fight. We saw a big right hand, creases the jaw of Monte. Now can David jump on him? We're almost out of time in this 9th round, though. Monte back and forth. The bell ends the 9th. Monte survives the onslaught. And
let me tell you, these are some vicious body shots. And Monte's to withstand these shots and continue this, he's in some shape.
here we go to round 10. It's close. We've got Barrett, as a matter of fact, out in front of this fight. But David coming on strong in the last round.
I've got an 86-85 for Monte Barrett.
And Vinny, I think you and I both agree with that scoring.
Yep.
That's unofficially. We don't know how the judges have it, but that's the way we see it. And there have been some close rounds. And remember what I said, when you have close 10-9 rounds, 40% of professional judges disagree on that close round. So David had better make it definitive. And for Monte, things are going very well for him with the exception of that last round. We're in championship time now. We're in the 10th round. This is scheduled for 12. At stake, the WBO Asia Pacific title along with the WBO Oriental Heavyweight Championship. Ray Wheatley of the IBF and Vice President and Publisher of World Boxing down in Australia says that the IBF is getting very interested in David Tua, but David Tua's got to win this fight, and he hasn't done that yet.
And you see Monte Barrett now starting to open up his mouth. You can tell he's kind of searching for some oxygen here in Atlantic City now.
And I think it's the body shots from David. I think it's taking a toll. David's really been picking up the body shots the last few rounds.
David, Vinny, is very astute because David has landed better body shots in this fight than in any fight since his comeback. Brilliant, brilliant body work, and it's taken the steam out of Monte. But he's got to make it definitive, I think, because this fight is close enough. Another big body shot right in the solar plexus of the belly of Monte Barrett. Monte was throwing shots upstairs, but you're not going to hurt David Tua right now. Monte's arms look like they're, he's just almost punched up.
Yeah.
And a good body attack by David Tua is a great plan against all the big heavyweights out there because they're all going to be taller than him. And that's an area that's open on him.
Is David back with the left hook would caught Monte. Monte doing a nice job hanging in there, boxing well. But David Tua has won the first 2 minutes of this 10th round.
Good right hand. That's a good right hand by Monte. And there it is. Monte's making a little surge right here.
Yeah, he is making a big shot on the belly, though. A little south of the border. And Randy Newman warns him about it. Keep your punches up. He didn't intentionally do that, but it's still a foul. The shorter guy will do that from time to time. That's one of the only low blows in the fight, though.
Monte's landing a great straight right hand. He's hitting David pretty flush, and David looks hurt right now. That's a great right hand.
Monte could steal this round if David doesn't do something. He said David almost has a smirk on his face because he was hit. And some guys react by shaking their head no, and some get a smirk on their face. But David was hurt.
David don't look too steady right now. If Monte jumps on him, something could happen right here.
David, too, has never been off his feet as a professional. Nobody's ever knocked him out. If Monte does that, it would be... If Monte just caught him with another good right hand. But David won the first 2 minutes of the round as the bell ends the 10th round. Now, there's a round where the judges are going to be split on for sure. It's tough to score.
Definitely.
And here's some of the action right there in the 10th.
The right hand.
Right hand, chopping right hand, then flicking a left. Here's another right hand.
That's an overhand right, and that looked like it hurt David.
Twice.
Here we go, round 11. Benny has Barrett out in front by 2 with 2 to go. I got Barrett out in front by 1 with 2 to go. Vinny has it someplace in between that, so let's see how it goes. We get 2 rounds. Both guys need to win both rounds.
And, you know, let's see if this is a plan by Barrett to kind of just defend himself for 2 rounds and then close in that last minute.
Well, you know, Sugar Ray Leonard, under the tutelage of Angelo Dundee, and Muhammad Ali won more fights by winning the last 20 seconds of rounds than anybody in the history of boxing. Monte may have pulled it out by winning the last minute of that round. And if your score sheet is accurate, then you get Monte ahead by 2. I've got him ahead by 1 because I thought that the judges would be splitting that last round, so I put it on my sheet as 10-10 to keep our audience at a place where I think that we are in this fight. But Barrett's in front, in my opinion.
And, you know, I know that at any time David Tua could decide this match with one big left hook or a right. But Monte Barrett's legs actually look good right now.
Minute gone now in this 11th round. Nobody's won the first minute of the round.
I'll tell you, Monte has a lot of confidence right now, and like Benny said, his legs look great, and you know he's got 2 more rounds to pull this out.
There's the jab, the jab, the jab. It's a positioning jab. He switches to a southpaw for a second. Jab to the right hand. Now he's back orthodox. Jabbing, jabbing, jabbing. Nothing hurting David, but David not able to do anything. And as Vinny said before, David's following him. He's not cutting him off, and Monte's outboxing him, and he's stealing this round. Now the second minute, you know, at least 50 seconds of it, Monte has won the second minute of the round, which puts him ahead in this round. David has got to close like Monte did in the last round. This is really going to be interesting in the final round.
David just doesn't right now appear to have that firepower, that relentless pursuit.
That's what he needs. Hey, how about this in New Zealand? What a fight this turned out to be. Are we going to see a miracle? Is David going to pull it out? There's so much at stake. David catches it with a left hook, but not a big left hook. Monte was rolling with that punch and didn't take it flush. Get a little blood on you with that shot?
Oh, man, he caught him.
And there's the right, Monte's coming back on.
27 seconds to go. This round could still be up for grabs. Last couple of rounds, almost too close to call. For me, the professional judges are going to disagree to an extent.
Look at the mouth of Monte Barrett, though. Open. It's a shame right now that David Tua doesn't step in there and take care of business.
Closing seconds now of the 11th. And left hook lands. Misses with a big left. He's chasing him now. The bell ends the 11th. I don't know how you score that round. Monte outboxed him. David landed some heavier blows.
I'm going to go with David on that one. So I've got it 105-104, Monte Barrett right now.
I've got it 105-105, a draw going to the final round. And we're not going to put you on the line, Vinny, because you train with Monte, and there could be a whole bunch of money involved for you if you get to go to Australia to fight David Tua if he wins. But I know how friendly you are with Monte, so we won't put you on the line here.
All right. You know, and I just think Monte's he's going out with everything right now. You know, I think a lot of people thought he wasn't going to go this long, and for him to go to the 12th round, he's shown a lot.
It's a wonderful tribute to Monte Barrett as an athlete. 12th round, David Tua may need a knockout to win. They touch gloves. David Tua had better pick it up a notch right now and make it definitive, or he could be victimized by the judges in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Let's see how it goes. Monte just want to stay away from the opening minute of this round. David has got to cut off the ring, and he's got to throw. He goes upstairs, wow, with the right hand. Gets tied up into the ropes. David knows what he has to do. Oh, left hook gets Monte, and he hurt him. He's going to jump on him.
Right on the chin, Colonel. That was a beautiful look.
But where is he? Why isn't he jumping on him? Monte's getting his legs back again and get the jab back again. Where's the fire? There's the looping right that David crashes to the left side of Monte's skull, but not the big one.
A crafty veteran, Monte Barrett, knows how to tie him up at just the right time, not letting David get off.
David's, Monte's legs aren't there right now, but David has got to show tremendous fire. He's got to put the ears back and let it fly right now. This is too close to call, and there's millions at stake.
The world beckons. A great effort by David Tua. Let's see if we get it.
Here he comes, trying to finish up Monte, throwing desperation shots. And that's exhaustion by both fighters. The last thing David, he's taking a point away. That could be monumental.
That's it right there.
That's a big penalty, 1 point off. That could be monumental. That's a huge point taken away from David Tua. It might cost him the fight.
Randy Newman stepping in right there, taking away a point against David Tua. And again, I've got it scored 105, 104 for Monte Barrett.
So if that's the case and the judges have the way, even if David wins this round 10-9, he's going to lose the fight because he's going to get a 9-9 fight out of this.
And they stopped the time at 1:35.
So half the round to go. David better stay frustrated, but he better land something. David's so frustrated right now. He's lost the point. In order to win this round, David has to knock him down. Caught him with the right hand. Caught him with the right hand again. Monte battles back. David's almost in desperation. And so is Monte. Look at him battle back. It's a beer-sack brawl. Look at this. It's down. For the first time in his career, it's up to 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Are we seeing the end of the career of David Tua? I can't tell you how much time is left. There's not a lot left. David must knock him out to win the fight.
Well, I think the world is stunned. Nobody expected this except the man who came in playing my way.
David Tua is tentative. He needs to attack, but he was hurt by Monte.
He's hurt.
We can't tell you how much time exactly. We assume this is, we're in the closing seconds of the fight. Monte Barrett's going to pull off a major upset, it looks like. This fight's almost in the books. It's all over. The last round with a point taken away in a knockdown is a 10-7 round.
Friendly fire or not?
My score sheet is accurate. I've got a 115-112 in favor of Barrett. That last round with the point taken away plus the knockdown is a 10-7 round. It's a 3-point round in favor of Barrett. Barrett's won this fight.
Wow. You know, it's... what else can you say right now?
Remember, Vinny, there are a lot of close rounds in the fight, and I'll come back with this again. 40% of professional judges disagree on the close 10-9 round. There are a lot of close 10-9 rounds, so When did they see Monte turning it around? Don't forget, on my score sheet, and yours, I think, too, we had Barrett winning 5, 6, 7, 8, you know, and then a 3-point round in the last round.
Yep, from the 5th round on, you know, Monte, those are his rounds, I think.
Monte went out on his shield. He's got nothing left.
Let me tell you, this guy, he has a heart of a champion, of a warrior. You know, the words don't describe Monte Barrett.
Well, all right, Vinny, you and I will take a look at this because Benny's gone up into the ring to interview the fighters. So watch this, and we'll see the point deduction. David has him, he takes him, and he intensely throws him.
Yeah.
Part of that is just frustration. But still, Randy, I got to agree with him, was right taking the point away. But that makes it a real desperation situation for David. Watch this. In desperation, David is swinging shots, and look at this. Watch what happens. Boom, the right hand, left hand, and David goes down for the first time in his career. Unbelievable. Remember what I said.
You never know the judges.
This fight. Remember how I said that as you watch this replay, the best David could hope for is a draw the way it eventually happened. He get knocked down. That's the best that could happen for David if he is lucky enough to get the draw, and that way he retains the WBO Asia Pacific and WBO Oriental. If Monte takes it, you question what happens with David from here. But no matter what happens in this fight and how it eventually comes down, it was a sensational boxing match. Both guys did a tremendous job. Our ring announcer, Joe Antonacci, has said so in the truck, guys. Whenever you tell me, I'll give it to him and we'll do away with the suspense. Okay, Joe, give us the suspenseful result. Listen to this, folks. Remember, and I go back for the 3rd time, judges disagree on close rounds. The best, I think, the way I looked at it, the best that could happen is David could get a draw. That's the best. I don't think he can win when I look back across my score sheet. But let's see. Everybody thinks Monte Barrett has won this fight. We'll see because of the close rounds. Joe Antonacci came to the center and then went back to the judges. That indicates to me that it's very, very close.
Absolutely.
When I see that, I'm beginning to think draw now. We'll see. All right, we'll see what happens. As I said, the best that David can hope for is a draw. And for everyone in New Zealand, I hope for you he gets it. For Vinny, I hope for you he gets it, because that means you can go to Australia to fight him. And no matter what happens for Monte, it was a sensational final battle. And he dropped the guy that's never been dropped before. Joe Antonacci is set, and as soon as he comes in, he's gone over the score sheets a couple of times, which indicates to me that it's even closer than what I thought. All right, Joe Antonacci, let's take the suspense away from us. Take it away.
Boxing fans, before we go to the scorecards, having a round of applause for both of these warriors. 12 rounds of heavyweight action. And after those 12 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Joe Pascal scores the bout 115-111 for Tua. Judges Shafiq Rashada and Louis Rivera both score the bout 113-113 even. It's a draw.
A majority draw. So, Vinny, it happens. Remember the close rounds.
That's right.
It appeared that Barrett had done enough to win it because he outboxed David in the second bout and then had a 3-point round, but the judges gave the close rounds to Tua. Disappointing maybe to Monte, but still a great effort. Benny Ricardo is in there. Benny, I don't know if you can hear me yet, but whenever you can get either of the fighters, we want to talk to both of the fighters because we want to get the reaction on the draw from both of them. So the career continues for David. The best thing that happened. Talk to both of them. Benny, use Antonacci's mic.
You got extra score sheet?
Hey, Benny! 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 Trying to get Benny's attention. Hey, Benny, use Antonacci's mic. All right, Benny Ricardo is in the ring. And Benny, if you can hear me, I don't know if Benny has the mic or not. I can't see it. Benny, take it away if you hear me. Benny, go ahead, anytime.
We're here with Monte Barrett. Monte, a great performance. You came into the ring to the sound of My Way, and boy, you definitely did it your particular way. Tell me your thoughts after this particular fight and the disappointment that has to be in your mind after getting a draw.
Well, I want to say God bless. God has been very good to me. He's my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I give him all the praise and all the glory. And I couldn't have done it without the prayers of my friends, my loved ones, and my family. And I'll say one thing about this fight. Everybody knows that I'm the winner. I fought with heart, and I just fought with determination and focus. And I pulled this out, but you know what? This is my last fight. I'm retiring anyway. And these are the things that cause the man to retire, because the sport of boxing is not pure like the fight is.
You know, Monte Barrett, you represent everything that's great in boxing because you have been a great warrior during your entire career. You faced everybody you need to face. Maybe it didn't go your particular way, but definitely you were always there. And I think it's fitting, if this is your last fight, that you definitely gave one of your all-time greatest performances tonight, definitely to the delight of the crowd. And this was a vintage Monte Barrett that will live on in infamy for the great effort for your 8-year-old son and all the people that have been behind you over all these years. Tell me your thoughts on those.
Well, the only thing I can say is this is what, champions are born. You can't make a champion. I'm a champion in heart. When I put my best foot forward, I did the best I could. David Tua is an awesome person. He's a great Christian, and I got a lot of respect for him. And I'm just a little disappointed because I really fought. As y'all can see, I fought with all my heart. I gave it my all. It was times I felt like I was on my last breath. But I came out here, I picked myself up, and I did it. And I want to thank my cornermen, Gary, Nermal. I want to thank Kevin and Lewis for really coming, to be, and Mike, and Jimmy Glenn. I can't forget Jimmy Glenn who introduced me to boxing. Him and Al Davis. I love the both of y'all. And I'm just going to keep on doing what I got to do and go to the next level of boxing, which is the corporate side.
One last question. You say this is is there any way to change your mind?
Nah, I pretty much got my mind made up.
Colonel, one of the great warriors of all time, Monte Barrett, a fitting way to go ahead and end his career. Now let's go over here.
All right, what a great guy. Go ahead, keep it and talk to David.
David Tua, this was a very, very difficult fight for you. You fought a great warrior in Monte Barrett. How did it feel to go down for the first time? And tell me what was going through your mind, because that's the first time in your whole career that you went down.
Well, first I thank Monte for giving me the opportunity. He's a great warrior. He's one of the great warriors that I have a lot of respect for. You can never ask nothing from Monte but his very best. So it's one of those nights, I did the best I could, and things didn't go our ways, and I'm glad that the fight went our way tonight.
And you've got that great power, so everybody was looking for that great left hook. And then it seemed like the right hand was starting to fit in there, but yet you weren't able to put it together. Give me your thoughts as the fight progressed.
Well, I was trying to get it going. I was trying to work on my speed. I was trying to work on what we worked really, really hard on in the gym with Roger, and it seems like nothing was going our way. But, I kept my heart in there, and I kept fighting regardless of how I was feeling.
What's the chance of a rematch? Maybe one more time, talking Monte Barrett doing it in New Zealand.
Yeah, if it is what it is, so be it, Monte a warrior, I'm a warrior. We do the best we can, and we leave everything in the ring regardless of how we feel.
David Tua, ladies and gentlemen, well, we'd love to see that rematch back in New Zealand. If we can talk the great warrior, Monte Barrett, of doing it one more time. Back to you, Colonel.
Well, Benny...